I think I talk loud, so I probably don't need this, okay?
It's not
It's not
working.
loud. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to take off my coat real quick. How are you all doing today? Your second session? How you like it?
Sitting away.
Yeah, I feel like it was a long time ago when I was here. So I apologize, but I know that I want to thank the STEM Foundation for doing such a wonderful job on these leadership exercises for you guys. It's really going to help out in the future. What was you all's first session about? Do you know?
Career development.
Career development? Okay. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. I know that we're supposed to be talking about community service project plans. Do you all kind of know what you want to do so far? Does anyone have an interest like in children? That's wonderful. That's great. Why don't you tell me what yours is?
Mine is abused women and children.
That's great. Okay. Okay. Is there somebody else too?
Don't forget to stand up, say your name.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Kalia. Mine is abused women and children.
Okay. That's cool.
My name is Gerald Thomas, and mine is actually focused on at-risk youth that's already in the juvenile detention center.
That's great. That's great.
My name is Jay Easter, and the name of my nonprofit is called Tough Kids and Kids, centered around children of incarcerated parents.
Great.
And we're Brian Allen, open up a youth ministry for at-risk youth.
Wonderful. That is great. I like all of your ideas. And they're all much needed. Tangi was saying that I'm over Divas Incorporated. What we do pretty much is we instill positive values, focusing on leadership programs, and instilling the spirit of promoting volunteerism with girls. So that's our main focus. We also provide scholarships to graduating high school seniors. No matter what their school district is, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter what college they want to attend. We just want to make sure they get exactly where they need to be. Even if they want to go to hair school, I see all y'all's hair all done up. We all like nice hair, don't we? So if they want to do that, that's fine. We'll actually get that scholarship and apply it toward that. So we're not trying to pigeonhole anyone. But first, and I apologize, I want to say congratulations already for being such a wonderful leader in your community already. Okay, we need more of you. And I want to say Arkansas leaders. Do you know why I'm saying that? Because a lot of times when people get all this experience and they start doing well and they get these wonderful experiences like you're getting right now with the STAND Leadership Institute, and then they go off somewhere else. And so what does that leave for us here? You know what I mean? So if everyone gets all this wonderful knowledge and they go and pack up and leave and go like to New York or DC, which are wonderful places. I've been there, I loved it. But I want to help my community. You know, it's nothing like me being from Sweet Home. I actually collect whatever I can collect to help other people, and I go right back to Sweet Home, Wrightsville, College Station, Hensley, Higgins, and help the people that have helped me get to where I am today. Okay? So I really hope that you all consider wanting to stay here in Arkansas and kind of helping out your people, okay? No matter who you are. Okay? Are a lot of you all from Little Rock? You are? Okay. Okay, you are a quiet bunch. Just act like we're family. It's okay. Y'all can talk or whatever. So I wanted to say that when you all get started with your community service project, and if you decide to carry it further and introduce it like to the public, please make sure you get your 501c3. It's not good for everyone. I know a lot of people stress it. You don't have to have it. It's not a requirement. But if you have it, you can always apply to the City of Little Rock for Children, Youth, and Families, which I happen to be the chair of now. And I'm so sorry, Tangi, I didn't get you an updated bio. But we wanted to make sure, I'm so sorry, that's my fault. But so we also fund programs that have to do with children and youth just in general, and just families trying to help them out. So we have like a summer program that we have going on, and a summer employment program also. And we actually, I think we fund $75,000 toward a 6 to 12 week program that's happening, in the Little Rock area. To give you all a little bit of inside stuff, we had a meeting last month, and we decided that we really need to focus on the John Barrow area and Southwest Little Rock. So if you all wanted to get your program, kind of pitch it over there, and then submit it to us, and we haven't even sent out the RFPs yet. So if you all need like some help with the RFPs, just email me. I'll make sure you all I'll go ahead and tell you right now my email address. Laura, I was thinking about my campaign email address. Hold on for a second. diva-girls@live.com. So we have that program, and if you all want to have a little small one-day conference, something like that, you can still apply. We have a mini grant that we do, and a lot of people don't know about this. I don't know if the Stand Leadership Institute, you all can probably benefit from that also if you don't already have the funds for it. I'm sure y'all get plenty of money. Need our little stuff. But yeah, it's a $1,500 mini grant.
Okay.
For like one-day conferences and stuff like that. They'll go toward, food, registration costs, whatever. So you all can always apply for that also. But a lot of people don't know about it, so I just want to make sure that you know so you can utilize the money. We have plenty of it. We just want to help out as much as possible. When I started Divas back in 2008, I first got the idea from the Stand Leadership Institute. We had to get a community service project together. And I just immediately wanted to do that. When I started Divas, I knew that I wanted to do something similar. And that's the thing about it. Whatever you want to start, make sure that you have a passion for it. I can tell that some people start these organizations and they're just thinking,
No.
yeah. And there's some people that came to me, I'm not going to say who they are. They're here. Not here. No, Little Rock, okay? Yeah, not here. We don't have those kind of folks in here. I have confidence in y'all. Y'all are not like that. But they came to me and the first thing they said was, I don't want to put any of my money into it. I wait on everybody to give me a grant. So I know you know how to do this, Sheena. So I want for you to just help me get that grant real quick so I can go ahead and get this building and paint it and make it pretty and put some kids in there. And yeah. And I was thinking, I can't help you. You are right. I don't see the passion in what you're doing, and you're not going in it for the right reasons. And that's very, very important. And I can't stand to see people act like they want to help children or just anyone in general, even someone like trying to go to rehab or something like that, and they don't have their interests at heart, which bothers me. I don't like that. And I can't be involved in anything like that. I don't want to be. I don't want my name attached to something that's a hot mess. And I always tell people that. So if it's a hot mess, you need to go over there with that because I can't help you. But so anyway, and they have not. I went through that area and they haven't even gotten started yet because they're waiting for someone to give them some money. When I started Divas, I honestly, it may sound crazy, did not want anything. I was just happy about what I was doing. I saw that there's a need in the community. I remember, I'm gonna tell you all something that I haven't really told anybody. I wanted to start Divas when I was 14. It doesn't make any sense, does it? When I was in junior high school. Everyone has their own family makeup and situation or whatever. Mine was not the very best. So I was thinking, I remember exactly where I was standing in my house when I was 14. And I said, you know what? I never want another little girl to feel as bad and low as I do right now. I said that. I even told somebody else that at that time. And they remember me saying that years ago, many, many years ago. So as I always knew, I want to do something to help the community. Now, I started volunteering when I was 12 with World Fest. You all know what that is, City of Little Rock program. They used to be at the Art Center. And just ever since then, I just love volunteering. And I have a lot of friends, and they always say, why do you want to volunteer? You're not getting paid for it. Why are you out there for hours? That's just crazy. It's cold outside, sometimes it's hot. Why are you trying to do that? But I feel sorry for people that do not understand the importance of giving back and volunteering within your community. What will it hurt? And actually, you're actually getting more back than getting paid. You're getting a lot of people understand that you do care. People do not care anything about what you have to say until they know that you care. Otherwise, whatever you're doing is just pointless. There's no point in it. It's ridiculous. So that was my whole passion, is helping young girls. So, of course, I went through the whole process. I started working at the Bureau of Legislative Research, and I was a legislative staffer there. And then the Arkansas Insurance Department stole me away, literally, from them. I guess about 3 years after I was working at the Bureau. And I managed legislative services over there in the legal division. And when I was there, I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and get Divas together. Now, I barely got any sleep. Because I was doing legislative type stuff, always going to the Capitol during legislative session, and then working on all that stuff at home, then getting Divas started. But I didn't mind, because I liked what I was doing. I loved it. So I said, I know this is going to carry out far. I already have a full-time job. I'm getting paid great. I'm not worried about that. Let me just help out as much as I can. So I got all that together, and everything just kind of just fell into my lap, because I think that, I'm sorry, I believe in God, so I don't know you all those religious stuff, but I believe that God was really smiling on me at that moment, because I did not want any money. I had put probably thousands of dollars into Divas with PR type stuff, communications. trying to get flyers together, you know, and trying to get people like engaged. I paid for some people's registrations, like the first time around, because my conference is a week-long summit. It's not really small. It gets kind of expensive with food, you know, and then you have to have chaperones and people like that. Some people don't want to do that for free, so I had to pay some of them. No, which is fine, whatever. If they can do their job, that's cool. But I really enjoyed the first conference. I did not want for it to end. And so we had it a second year, and then a third year. Now we're working on our fourth year now. And then now we're in Dallas, and as of December, now we're in Memphis.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I love it a whole lot. And I love that I'm close with the parents as well as the kids. Matter of fact, one of, I always call my parents, my girl's parents, a girl named Audrey Kern. She goes to Hull High School. She made homecoming report. Her mom told me yesterday and for me to pray for them. But I see my girls all the way through. So it's not like whenever that week-long summer conference is going on, that's my job. And we do meet once a month also with the girls as well. The parents actually call me and ask me to pray with them. If their daughter needs something or something's going on, they want to make the drill team, they're scared, you know, whatever. If they're a problem at home, they'll always call me. I always talk to their parents. So to me, that really makes a big difference. A lot of these organizations that really are not conducting any kind of communication with the parents. It's just for the kids a little bit and kind of just screw them on, I'm going to do my own thing. That's why I was saying just having a passion for it will carry forever and ever and ever, you know. So I'm glad that some of you all have that passion to help kids as well, and people trying to get rehabilitated, so that's really, really important. Do you all have any questions thus far? You okay? Talk. You didn't talk. Yeah.
How did you balance working and starting up the program?
I mean, honestly, I didn't.
You didn't?
I didn't balance it at first. I was working on Divas so hard, and then and at that point, I had someone else come to me and say, well, we want it in Dallas, and someone else said Houston. But Houston, that wasn't going to work at that time. It wasn't time for them. It wasn't my time to be there. But I didn't balance it at first. But I later on had to kind of just get back on track and do that. What I ended up doing is I left Arkansas Insurance Department to do Divas full time.
Yeah.
So that way I wasn't so boggled down with a bunch of different projects, you know. Because you don't want, and that's a very, very good question. You don't want to be all over the place and you're just not going to sleep and getting any rest and all that. And I have to admit, I did do that, and that was probably not the best idea. but you know, when you first get started, you need that full-time job, you know. And then when you get everything all straightened out, you're like, oh, I don't need that. Because really, I still do advocacy work on behalf of Divas. So I'm still always at the Capitol. So I'm doing the same thing, just doing what I love the most, full time. It just takes a little bit of time, but when you can kind of work it out and have that passion, it can happen.
So I really want to help people, and young people in particular. I was telling my boss actually the other day, my plan, he was like, man, it's good, but you need a niche. You know, it's something that a lot of people already got. And I thought, I was like, man, it's good, man. I'm passionate about it. But
Was he knocking you a little bit?
I mean,
Okay.
it kind of discouraged me, you know. I'm like, man, maybe I should go back.
That's another thing.
Go back to the drawing board. But my question is, is it a certain niche that you have, or is it? Because he was like, it's gonna take more than passion and flavor and outlet for you for it to work. You're gonna need a niche. It's gonna be something that somebody actually needs.
Yeah, I mean, you have to assess the needs of the community, is maybe what he means. Is there a need for whatever skill or whatever
What I was
project you
talking
have
about
going
was,
on? Other than that, you're trying to put a wet blanket. What's your boss? A wet blanket out here. Yeah, but no, I think that if you just assess the needs of the community to see if there's really like a need for what you're trying to do, I can understand that. That's what he means by, your niche. But if you're doing something with children,
Yeah, it's gonna be.
trust me, there's a need. You haven't got to do a lot of assessing. There's plenty of kids around here that need help in different areas of Little Rock. I mean, so, and this is plenty of money to go around. A lot of people don't think that, but there he is. And if people see what you're trying to do as positive, they're going to help you. They will. They will. So now I want for you to keep pushing on. Don't be discouraged. Because through my path, trying to start Divas and trying to do anything, people have always tried to like discourage me constantly. But people probably can't tell. I just don't pay attention. Sometimes it's hard to do, but especially what I'm going to do right now, running for state representative, I heard a lot of crazy stuff. You know what I do? I laugh. And I cannot believe how tough my skin is. I didn't know it was until I decided I was going to run. And I was like, these people are crazy. I was like, if they believe that, y'all need to go somewhere else. Do you live in my district? No? Fine. Don't act like that. I was like, please don't act like that. That's not cute. But yeah, I don't like when people are discouraged. And when people always say something, there's always going to be people like that in your life, no matter. I'm sorry, y'all, if I'm too real. I'm just saying, you know. Yeah. I'm sorry.
Yes, I got an idea, but it's been on my mind for a long time, not just staying. And I have a passion. I'm sorry, I'm here. And it's about helping people. You know, by me being in the drug business. I mean, you know, saying years ago, you know, helping. I feel like people that's been in that to help people, you know, come out of it. You know, and that's the idea of trying to do. And it's kind of like two phases of bringing people out of drug addiction, training them to drive trucks, putting them in the field, workforce, which I do. That was just my idea, and I was trying to see how what do you think? But I've never seen nothing like this. But I mean,
it's kind of like you're going to need like a facility or like a house to use,
yeah,
like to provide housing to the people.
Yeah, I want to be able to put women on one side of the building and men on the other side. These are people that they probably on their way to prison anyway.
Right.
You know, so to give them another chance to go into this program and to rehabilitate them, and as well as train them to get a job.
No, that sounds good.
That's why I have a passion.
Yeah, that's good, and yeah, I like that idea. And they have grants out there.
But I don't know what I mean.
Yeah, and
I don't know where to start.
I think it's the Justice Department. I think they have the highest amount that they can give you, I believe. I had a worksheet when I was in DC. I think that they gave me something like that. I can forward it to Ms. Sims, and maybe that can help out a little bit as far as like trying to obtain a grant or something like that. And that's a good thing. I'm actually on the board for the Cornell Foundation. It's something that just got started. They're trying to do something similar, but yours is more broad. It can help more people.
I can train a student I can train a person, not a student, not all of them student. I can train a person in 6 weeks to make $40,000.
Okay. That's good.
I mean, I can do that.
Well, that's real good.
Guaranteed. For people.
No, that's good.
But no, I'm certified in the state to train people in commercial guidance.
Okay.
I'm training in that area, but for some reason I got this passion. This passion won't let me go. You know, and
No, it's just something that's been put on your heart that you want to help people, and you have the skill needed to do so. And I think that's a really, really good. It's much needed. I just the only thing I would say is just try to find a location that's away from a residential area.
right.
Let me tell you why. I'm going to give you a perfect example. I'm on the Mansion Advisory Committee, and there's a guy, and he's trying to have something that's just a snippet of what you're trying to do. He's not doing something that's vast, and I'm not saying his idea is not good, but your idea is really, really sound. It's really, really good. He's not helping people find a job. It's just providing housing for people so they can get some things erased on their record and be erased clean, and then after that they have to leave and do whatever they're going to do. But he's in a residential area next to a daycare center and something else. And it's been the biggest mess for 6 months. So, and I'm telling you the same thing that I told my other board members with the Quentin Cornell Foundation, that please understand that I cannot be a board member if you're going to have it next to a daycare or a school, because those people get so up in arms. And I can understand both sides. You have to be somewhere. You need to find somewhere that's a good rate for your facility to house these people and to have good training. But then you don't want to be next to a daycare center. You got neighborhood associations fussing at you and literally threatening to shoot you and point cameras near the house, which is exactly what they said to the guy. So I just be real careful about like your location. Other than that, I think everything's great. So I think that's a good idea. That's interesting. You know, that's a good project. I like that. Yeah. But like I said, you know, if you have a passion for it, you know, it's not going to seem like a lot of work. It'll go right on by. So it won't bother you. So no, that's great. That's great. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I wanted to mention, Darian Parks, and, okay. I wanted to mention my project or my program to you and kind of see what you thought about it. It's called Above Our Ability. And what I wanted to do is help, I want to start at 6th grade, you know, and help young kids, like whatever they want to be at their age, I want to make it happen, you know, in real life, you know. So we want to draw a roadmap to success. So it's like whatever score they need to make on the ACT, we're going to practice that. Like whatever they need, any internships, whatever experience they need, we want to push forward to that. And I mean, it's a lot of things that go along with it, but that's basically it. He was like, and it was more of it's like an after school program as well. And that's what he was saying, just like, so people already do that, you know.
Well, I mean, anybody can say that though. You know, I mean, I see what you're saying, but I think it's a really good idea still. But anyone can say, oh, somebody else is doing that, or someone else is doing this.
Yeah.
You know, so. I was like, who keeps telling you this stuff? Who keeps saying all this stuff to you? That's not right. No, but there's always going to be somebody else doing something that's similar, you know, but, I mean, you can always, like, put a twist on stuff, you know, if you want to. But I do encourage you to try to, if you're going to do something like that, which I think you should, I would team up with the Little Rock School District, the North Little Rock School District. And they can actually give you, like, some avenues that you can, maybe you haven't seen. And they can actually kind of give you like some different ways to go about some things, and you can get support from them as well. Plus, it looks good. You know. Yeah.
Okay. My question was, okay, so my thing is abuse women and children. I want to start a program today. It's more of a resource program. And it's basically, basically because of my past with having a situation of being abused women and then having abused children, you know, we try to find the resources and, you know, we couldn't find anything. It was always just get a private attorney. And, you know, like 3,000, like I got kids. And so my thing is basically, you know, a resource program that abuse women and their children can come get the information that they need. They can get educated on their rights as women and just citizens, and just in the court system and everything. So, and how they can fight it and do charges and all that, you know. And also, in the town, I live in Malvern. It's about 12,000 people that live there, and our shelter just closed down. Yeah, and so it just closed down. So we don't have anywhere for abused women and children to go. But the thing is, I don't want to just have to just throw them in a shelter until they can get away from the guy. We want to help them. We want to get them the resources that they need, the education that they need on, getting yourself together, so that you won't go back to this situation.
Right.
But you don't get yourself and you find yourself in another relationship and you won't do the same thing. And then when it comes to children and children's rights. And I just know that personally, with my son, when I was abused, it was like, okay, that's one thing, I can let that go, you know. But when your child is involved, and then you have nobody trying to get justice for your child, and it's like, and he's still walking the streets. You know, it's a slap on the wrist, and, my son had 11 fractures. And you get a year probation. It's like, where is the justice for these abused children? They're just so quick to just take your child, throw them in foster care, be like, it's better not go, just something like, that's not good enough. That was never good enough for me. And it was like, okay, so I want to educate myself on my rights as a mother, as a parent, as a woman, and then I'm going to educate myself on the rights of my child. And everybody, if you're a victim, you have rights as a victim, and as a, you have those. So that's basically what my program is. Thing is, funding this program. It's like, what do you do about that? Is there funding out there for this specific domestic? I know that there's, domestic abuse programs.
Yeah.
But there is funding. I want to do the program, but then on the other side, I want to do like a shelter.
Right.
You know, and do that and have somewhere for them to come, and you know, if they don't have nowhere else to go, so that they can get themselves together. But you know, while they're in the shelter, it's not going to be just I'm just staying here for the time being. While you're here, you're going to look for work. You will, you know, educate yourself. You know, you will get yourself together. You know, so like as far as funding, I have never heard of any grants for that. I don't know if that's considered. I know it's considered a nonprofit. Would that be a 501?
501c3.
You know, what is that classification for domestic?
And that's actually a topic that's near and dear to my heart, even though Divas does not touch on that at all. Is that domestic violence, which is a small little slither of also what we deal with the city. Under Children, Youth, and Families, we pay for a domestic violence officer, coordinator. I'm trying to think. And then we allotted $70,000 for someone to kind of like do like some kind of assessment and do something kind of similar like what you're doing. I think we're going to divide it up like 3 different ways. We want someone who's like a professional, like licensed psychiatrist or a counselor or something like that. But there's not a lot of people out there that really apply for that. Anyway, the Arkansas Coalition Against Domestic Violence, they would be a very, very good resource. Have you ever like reached out to them?
I mean, I've searched out some things, but everything was like off in other states.
Yeah.
You know,
and you would think we'd have more in Arkansas. I think, don't quote me, but I think that our domestic violence rates are one of the worst in the country for Arkansas.
It's bad. Like I called
I'm pretty sure it is.
The one in Savannah, the amount of domestic abuse calls in kids a day was ridiculous. And it's like, I can remember a lady coming to beat down my door. She had 2 kids and her face was burning with light. So she had to sit at my house. You know, I called them who were practicing, I called our Smith house. And, you know, they couldn't take her there.
Right.
You know, because that wasn't even up to par. You know, to where she could even go there. Had to wait for somebody, like 2 hours for somebody to just come out of Little Rock. It shouldn't be that way.
No,
She should
you're
have had
right.
somewhere to go immediately.
Right.
You know. And so.
Yeah, and I can't think of you about the top of my head, but surely you would think that they would have something for something like that, but I have not. But it's sad, because usually I can be like, yeah, you can do
It
this.
is nothing.
And I really can't give you anything, and you, I should know. But I know that even the funding for like Dorcas House, I know you're not from here, we have a shelter called the Dorcas House, and we take the girls and volunteer over there. That was our first community project that we did with Divas. Like a gift wrapping party for the moms and gave them presents for the kids. We have something for Christmas Day. They're having a problem with their funding. And what I find is the organizations that I work with, like Women and Children First, and they deal with domestic violence cases, Dorcas House, Arkansas Coalition Against Domestic Violence, they all send me emails requesting stuff because they need help.
Yeah.
And their funding is not enough. Yeah. That's so sad. I'm so sorry. I hate that. So yeah, because I remember their pillows look like little knots. And I never seen anything like that before. So we actually got them new pillows and like clothes and stuff like that. But they always need like hairbrushes and, you know, just like feminine products. And they need a bunch of that stuff like all the time. Paper towel rolls. They're always asking for all that. So I don't know, but
They got to do
but that is important what you're doing. I would love to see you do
court
that.
system, especially in the court. And I found one glitch, and I was like, okay, that's got to be fixed. And I don't know if a lot of people know that I learned this in law school, but you know, you have your abusive relationship, you go down and press charges, and they do a restraining order or something like that where they have to serve that person papers and everything. And if they can't serve them, do you know that the person who tries to use the charges is responsible for the court costs?
Yes.
Why is that? Because you can't find him. But you know, but when I call you,
it's your fault.
Yeah, and and that should not be that way. And it's like that doesn't make, and that's over.
The system's not perfect.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. If somebody paid more attention to it, if somebody paid more attention to it, they will see it. Like, you know, like, okay, I'm gonna get abused. Why? I have to tell you because you can't find this person.
Right.
You know, so you know, I found myself dealing with that too. And I said, this is not gonna work. I said, we gotta do something about this. And so then you find women staying in a situation that they don't know how to get out of it.
Yeah, and I have friends that are police officers, and they get frustrated by those situations. They'll go to a call, and then the woman will say, "Oh, you don't like to stop, but I can't leave. Just make them stop." You know, but
So it's like something has to be done, and it's such a broad situation
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna take.
There should be
a
more
lot.
funding for something like that.
Mhm.
There's gotta be, but you would think that they would know about it, they did, the people that I know.
Mhm.
But yeah, I don't see how they're doing. I think they're relying on the private donors and maybe like little small grants that are out there.
Mhm.
And they always, constantly have like fundraisers and stuff like that. Like you see like in the high profile section, they'll have a dinner and have Ginger BB, the honorary
That's why I wanted to
chair.
complete that.
Yeah.
Strictly resources. Yeah, we will have a home, but our biggest thing is we're gonna educate you.
Mhm.
But we're not gonna get you out of it, you get yourself out of it, but we're gonna get you the resources that you need. And sometimes when you really, they rely on the program and they rely on somebody doing this for them, it's like, don't rely on yourself, we wanna help you.
Right.
But, it'll be resources based, resource based. So I think, I'm
That's
gonna keep
an awesome
looking
idea.
around.
I like that.
I'm gonna look around.
I'm gonna look around too. And if I see something, I'll pass it on.
Okay.
And I'll make sure you have it. That's really, really important.
I don't know how you decided or agreed that you would expand, because you said when you looked up, you were getting a call from Texas or
Mm-hmm.
whatnot, and you were still kind of all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So what made you be like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll come to Dallas, or what did you do for them to call you?
I think that some people, we have a website, and I don't know if y'all ever been on it, and if you get on it, turn the volume down. There's music, okay? It's divasinconline.com.
Divas Inc.
Divas Inc. Online, so it's DIVASINCONLINE.com. And I think some people saw what we were doing in other states. And so they just wanted it to be there, and then some of the people, they just had the same passion that I did, but they didn't want to do all the getting bylaws together, registering all this stuff. Let me just be a part of this, and I ended up just hiring them there. So we have a program manager in Dallas, we have a program manager in Memphis. The only one that we don't have a program manager is here in Little Rock because I'm handling all that. Because this is like the headquarters, but so I hired 2 people up there and 2 people in Memphis just in December. And so it's like a coordinator and a manager. And so pretty much they take care of those things from that end over there doing the monthly meetings. And I'm the one that plans all the week-long summits. And so pretty much they just saw it, just like the idea. And I just said, well, let me just assess the area. And I have friends that live in Dallas. So I said, I think we'll be okay. I think we can do this. So we went and just did it. That's it. I don't like to sit on anything too long. I don't like that. So I just went and just did it once I saw everything was okay.
Expand eventually if I can ever get off the ground.
Yeah, you can.
I would like
You
to
can.
expand, so that's why I asked, was it more them or was it just more what you were doing to catch
Yeah, it
their
was
eye?
more, I knew I kind of, I thought about expanding, but at the time it just happened sooner than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was fine. It was okay. So we just went ahead and just got that rolling. And it took a while for me to hire the right people. Because, like I was just telling you, there's some people, yeah, I see you on the website. You're fine. No,
I don't know what I would.
no, you're fine. But yeah, so anyway, so I just went ahead and just decided it was going to be okay just expanding there. There's some places that some people wanted me to go to, and I don't think the need was really that great, or the area was kind of scarce. Yeah, it just wasn't going to make any sense. It was like a little small town, which I appreciated, and I told them thank you. I even said that we would pay for the travel accommodations if they had a girl or 2 there that wanted to go. But it was a little too much. We had some girls coming to the Little Rock conference, and they were like from Atlanta. Mm-hmm. And they stayed for the week. And then someone from Texas, and that's another reason why I got involved there. We had several girls coming in from Dallas.
Right.
I said, we might as well just be there. Why are we? Don't do all that.
Yeah.
Send your babies up here. Yeah. I said, we'll just move down there. It's okay. It's no big deal. So now, I'm glad. I love it though. I really, really do. And I'm so excited about Memphis. So, yeah.
Ms. Lewis, my name is Barry Expert. You've said a lot of words. You talk about passion and being real and considering the source of what people tell you. Is there a difference that you feel between true outreach, something that maybe recognition, or something that you feel that is calling for, that's burning in the heart versus
You said true outreach and
just versus just another program?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I think I was talking about a little bit earlier. Like, there's some people that are just trying to just do something.
But for you, it seems like it was more of a true outreach, true passion.
Yeah, I'm glad you can see that. Yeah, because I mean, I just felt it from early on, you know. But I just didn't know. Now, I mean, yeah, at 14, I knew I wanted to do something to help girls because of how I felt at that particular time. You know how you all may never have this problem, but when I was younger, you know, you have like self-esteem kind of things going on. Like, do I really look okay? And you know, girls can be kind of catty in school. And I heard that they're even worse now. I'm so glad I'm not teenage Facebook and all that other stuff. I really, it's too much. It's too much. Yeah. And we have a daughter, and I was not looking forward to anything. Yeah, I don't like any of that at all.
So did your support come from people that you probably didn't expect initially because you were trying to do something positive, or were you rejected by others who consider themselves to be part of the church and love and present that, and that caused some conflict with you as well?
I hear your question, and I'm looking at this dude with his watch on with his chin in his hand. Because I was dealing with some of that a little bit. It seemed, and I could be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like a little bit of a wet blanket on some of the stuff that you were saying. Like, some people were kind of discouraging you and trying to make it seem like, I don't know if you can do that. When I started Divas, Tracy Steele and all of them were very, very supportive and everything, okay? But there were some people that were along those lines, and they were not very supportive. And I was kind of shocked, because I was like, you're like, you could be my mother. Or my mother. You're so, you know, I mean, there's no wrong being a seasoned woman. That's fine, because I'm going to be seasoned after a while. Okay. But no, I was just shocked that my support actually came from places I would have never thought. I was shocked. Like, I'm sure you already know from looking at the website, maybe talking to people from the Stand Institute, that most of my girls are African American. Every so often we may have some Caucasian girls or Hispanic, or whatever, but most of them are African American. And I don't plan it like that. I don't care who comes. As long as you can take in the information and gain those skills and walk away feeling like you're encouraged and you can just move forward, and then whatever I can do that I want to do that I set my mind to, I can actually do it. That's all I want. Okay, if I can help one person, I'm fine. But what I'm saying is, I found that when I first started, more Caucasian people liked the program. But it was mostly African American kids coming, but it was real strange, And you probably know my friend, she was also in the Leadership Institute, Yolanda Cole. She was in the same inaugural class as me. She had short blonde hair. Yeah, but she was in the class with me when I was here with you guys. And we just thought that was so strange. I thought that was so bizarre. But now, it's kind of universal now. But I just thought that was so bizarre. So some of my help came from that group, which I thought was kind of weird. I was like, how come all these kids are African American? How come the community? But I think sometimes it's like a crabs in a barrel mentality with some people. Like, oh, you're doing this? You can't be better than me. Yeah. So my stuff has to be better than yours. There's no way you can do this. That kind of thing. But people that actually know me well know that every time someone comes to me and they're like, well, can you help me get my proposal together? Or help me do this? They're like, well, they'll reach in their pocketbook. Well, how much do I owe you? I said, nothing. I wish that somebody would have helped me the way I want to help them. I don't want any money. I'm fine. I just want to help someone. And if you're doing something with kids, I don't care. This, like I said, this will never go around. There's enough grants to go around, enough donations to go around, enough fundraising to go around. We can all be fine. But that whole crabs in a barrel stuff is so annoying. And I don't get it, it's really, really sad. And I don't know if men go through the same thing. I'm not a man, so I really don't know. But I know a lot of women have sometimes some cattiness to the whole thing. And there's some people like that. So, so no, you're absolutely right. And I was disappointed at some of the people that said that. But there's someone else, and they have an organization, but it's not for girls, but it's for young men. And I remember I had been friends with this person for a very, very, very long time. Well, I thought I was anyway. And so we were sitting in Central for, have you all been there? You haven't, you gotta go, it's so pretty. I love Central.